Good evening, everyone. How's everybody? Woo! Sorry about the delay, but I just can't like boom immediately start playing. I have some little things I got to set up, and I know that that was a little awkward. But anyway, I'm so glad to be here. This is a special night. Our CD just got released this week. We recorded it just down the road a piece in Red Hook, Brooklyn. And before we get started, I want you to get to know on percussion tonight, Stephen Williams, our producer for the record. I'm from Florida, and I live in St. Louis right now, but I lived in the New York area for years, and I'm going to share something that folks used to do out in the Okefinokee swamp. And first of all, I just want to say, I think it's magnificent, the train and the arch, and thanks to Jan for coming up with the idea to put music in here. I love playing in cathedrals and those sorts of places. Down in southeast Georgia in the Okefinokee swamp, there are nothing but pine trees. But they don't have any limbs on the lower part of the trees. So when you sing it in that forest, it kind of sounds the way it sounds under this vault right here. So it's going to be very accurate. So I'm going to start with a holler, and this is one of the old songs they used to do in southeast Georgia's Okefinokee swamp. Are y'all ready? very much. All right, so I've been with Stephen Williams. We've been taking some old American spirituals. Now, when you hear spirituals, a lot of you just kind of bristle inside and you think, oh God, the church, I don't want to hear about church. This is a historical project. It's not a religious project. This is the soundtrack largely to the building of America. And a lot of this music was revealed to us or made available to us through the archives of the fellows who went from the Library of Congress and took recording devices and went all the way down to Mississippi, Alan Lomax and his father and so on. A little bit more of this in the house or either, so. So anyway, this is a song that is an old spiritual called Follow the Drinking Gourd. And we'll tell you about that in a bit. follow the drinking goal. There's an old man who's waiting to carry you to freedom. Follow the drinking goal. Thank you. Does anybody like 70s R&B? I just love this stuff. But I want to tell you that the 70s music, Al Green, Curtis Mayfield, Stevie Wonder, all of that stuff came from the spirituals. It came from blues. It came from the early jazz and that sort of thing. So because we're under this vault and we're having to deal with the F train or whatever it is, I'm just going to surrender to it and play a train song from the 1970s. Here we go. Let's let this pass, and then I'll start it. Let's figure out what that is. It's not me. I've got my hands on the strings, so it's something else up here. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. People get ready, there's a train a-comin'. You don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesel humming. You don't need no ticket, you just sing along. Train to Jordan. Thank you. Sorry about the tuning. That's just, you know, playing outdoors and that kind of thing. We're going to play a spiritual that kind of gave root to a lot of blues music. Anybody like the blues stuff? And since the body of water is right behind us, I will take this moment to say that this is on the new record as well. And it's a song that celebrates, or at least honors, it celebrates the wrong word, but it honors the crossing of water. A lot of people figure they have to cross a body of water to go from one life to possibly a better life. And in a certain way, old school like that, just walking across the Rio Grande or something, we might say, well, that was long ago, but it's not. We still are in the midst of that. And where I come from in Northeast Florida, slaves who escaped the Southeast Georgia plantations would go south in the figurative Underground Railroad to Florida. Why? Because at a certain time, Florida was a part of Spain. And if they went south across the St. Mary's River, they would serve in the Spanish army and convert to Catholicism, but they were free. They no longer had to work on the plantations. So crossing water is a very, very important aspect and a very important ongoing part of our history. And I really say it's our history, it's everybody's history. The folks who went through it, the folks who had to endure the hell of it, and the folks who put them through it. And we were all part of that. So anyway, this is a really fun song, and I want to stress that there's an irony in that. This came from great pain, but here we're kind of grooving to it. And we've continued to groove to the music of Stevie Wonder and Curtis Mayfield, what I just played. And this music, although it came from pain, is bringing us together. Are y'all still with me tonight?
I'm gonna tell them all
in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna jump on the water. Oh, in my time of dying, I don't want nobody to mow. All I want you to do for me is to kill that Bellator. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna jump on the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna jump up water. God's gonna jump up water. God's gonna jump up water. Woo! I did this song on, when the COVID hit, everybody really changed what they had to do in order to make a living. And for artists, we had to, for those of us who wanted to keep working, we had to figure a way to do it. And sometimes it would be very different than the way we normally made a living. In my case, I did these Sunday morning shows called Hymns and Hollers. And I played a lot of the spiritual stuff. And every Sunday morning I got up and did it. And, people would give donations. I start back again in October. So look me up, Walter Parks Hymns and Hollers. And I do a lot of this stuff, but we talk back and forth with the audience, even though it's all live and live streaming and everything. And it's not a church thing. Again, it's just historical music, and we bat around ideas together just live online. And I played a song from Woodstock. Anybody are any Woodstock fans out there? Well, this is one that I guarantee you don't hear very much, and that is an interesting sound. What does anybody know what that is? Well, it doesn't matter. And I played this, and Steven said, I want to do that someday. So I'm going to pull a surprise on him and play this one. And this is a folk song of sorts, but it was done by kind of a very electric band from the San Francisco Bay Area, original era hippie scene. And let's see if we can get through it, Stephen. You don't even know what it is, do you? He says rock and roll. Again, has its roots in the blues. Are y'all with me? When the truth is found to be alive, and all your joy within you dies. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love? You better find somebody to love. In the morning flowers, and they're all dead. And your mind, so full of dread. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love? You better find somebody to love. Your eyes, your eyes, your eyes, your eyes, your mind look like his. Your heart, you don't know where it is. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love? You better find somebody to love. Don't you want somebody to love? Won't you need somebody to love? You better find somebody to love. You better find somebody to love. Woo! Thank you very much. Somebody to love. That was done by the Jefferson Airplane. And I've not recorded that. Stephen and I haven't recorded that. We'll get to it someday. Feel like doing another holler, and we'll kind of get into this sound here under the arch. The Library of Congress asked me to, they found out that I was doing some research on the music in the Okefinokee Swamp in southeast Georgia. And you might ask, the swamp music. Well, people used to live out in the swamp until around the 50s. And during FDR's era, they decided that it wasn't a good idea for people to live out in the swamp, so they began kind of getting people out of there. But wherever there's people, there's music. And I did a little research and found a small trove of music in the Library of Congress. And this is one such piece. It's kind of a half blues song, half holler. And the blues part of it actually came from the Mississippi Delta. But I don't think a lot of the white homesteaders knew it at that point. I think it came from the railroad workers who came in from Mississippi in the early 1900s. But can I play this one for you? It's called Ain't Nobody's Business But My Own. Well, I thought upon my faults. I'm gonna break till I get strong. And it ain't nobody's business but mine. No, it ain't nobody's business but mine. No, it ain't nobody's business but mine. Well, I'm going to my death. Well, no one's on my path, and it ain't nobody's business but mine. Well, I'm going nowhere, Jack. Got a banjo on my back, and it ain't nobody's business but mine. And it ain't nobody's business but mine. Well, I'm going to my death, 'cause no one's on my path, and it ain't nobody's business but mine. I would agree with you, sir. Woo! Again, a lot of these songs come from pain, but I just love how they transformed into bringing people together. And this music gave rise to all the great R&B, blues, and even rock and roll. And my name is Walter Parks. Look me up on, all those ways of finding me. We do have some CDs. We recorded just up the road a piece in Red Hook, Brooklyn at Atomic Sound. And we hope that you kind of check out the record. There's only 10 copies of it tonight. It's not a record, it's a CD, but there will be a LP of it coming out pretty soon. I feel like playing something that kind of came from the banjo. Y'all mind if we pick up the energy a little bit? Okay. This is another Okefinokee song. When you get home late tonight, if you want to, put in Library of Congress and my name, Walter Parks, you'll see some of this stuff that I did way out in the swamp. And it's a darn sight different from being here in Dumbo. But I had the honor and pleasure of communicating with some of the people who made these original recordings in the early 40s. And a couple of the gentlemen who sang on the original Library of Congress tapes have since passed on. But they found it so bizarre and so weird that I was playing this music for audiences, because they used these hollers and that sort of thing as a way of practical communication. It was like we use cell phones now. And they would come home from a hunt and they would just go, And the family would say, oh, that's Wayne. He's coming in. He's okay, you know? And that's how they did it back then. But, and it's all through the South, but all this music mostly came, if it was music of white homesteaders, it came, of course, from England and Scotland and Ireland. And then what we're doing tonight is we're mixing in some of the spirituals that came from unfortunately, the horrible agony of folks working out in the fields. But we're trying to meld it all together. That's what we do for the Unlawful Assembly, so. See that catfish going upstream, mouth with a butter, gill with a green. Caught that catfish by the snout, turn that catfish inside out, mommy. Woo! Come on, banjo Sam. Mommy, there she goes, banjo Sam. If you wanna go to court and tell you where to go, way in the country, way below. When you get there, the folks saying home and the girls are mad and the hair ain't come mommy. Banjo Sam. Mommy. Woo. Banjo Sam. See that camping, dumpling, real, mouth with a butter, gill with a cream. Pound that catfish by the snout, turn that catfish inside out, mommy. Banjo Sam. Mommy. Banjo Sam. Mommy. Banjo Sam. Mommy. Banjo Sam. Woo! Are y'all still with us? Woo! Banjo Sam, Banjo Sam, Banjo Sam. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Straight from the Okefinokee swamp. All right, we're gonna do 2 more songs. Are y'all good with that? Here's a little Florida blues. If you want to hear more of this kind of edgy bluesy stuff, I do it. All of this is on a record I have. The band is called Swamp Cabbage, and that I don't know what I'll put that last song on, but this next one is a Swamp Cabbage tune. It kind of has an old Florida swamp groove. It's called Keep the Lid On Tight if you're gonna stay out all night. I guess I should say, oh no. If you shake it all night, keep the lid on tight. All right. I got suspicious by the smell of her hair. How did Old Spice end up with other? Oh yeah. I guess I should say, oh no. If you shake it all night, keep the lid on tight. All right. Going back to New Orleans. La 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 do da do da da. Woo! Woo! Come on! Come on! Woo! Whoa. Thanks again to Jen Bell for having me. The Brooklyn Americana Music Festival. This is one that was inspired by the spirituals. I wrote this for my Swamp Cabbage repertoire as well. If you want a really interesting record, pick up the Unlawful Assembly. We've done all those spirituals, and that's available over there. Or just look us up online. You can get it later, and you can get all the Swamp Cabbage stuff. My name's Walter Parks. And on the drums tonight, Stephen Williams, everybody. Stephen, you can start. Can y'all hear that? I can't play the guitar without Jesus torn. I don't even want to bother strapping it on without the Jesus torn. I might as well stay on. Well, my preacher got a pulpit and a black cat ball. I can't play the guitar without Jesus torn. I can't make a living without Jesus' hand. I can't drive a nail, I can't drive a van without the Jesus hand. I ain't worth a damn. I'm gonna lose my occupation to a much better man who's got the Jesus hand. Woo! tone. Plug into an amplifier, the Savior condones. You get the Jesus tone with everyone you own. I said, hell with the devil and his black cat bone. I can't play the guitar without Jesus. Jesus tone. You know I like my Jesus tone. You know I like my Jesus tone. Oh, 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 you know I like my Jesus tone. Stephen Williams on the cajon, and I'm Walter Parks. Thank you very much.